If this doesn't get rectified in the very, very near future, within the next few weeks, our world, and when I say our world, I'm not just talking about where I live or where you live, but our world, our planet is going to be a different place. They will be sicker, they will be controlled, they will not have any privacy, they will not have any future. I want to make sure the world understands where the problem lies. This is misinformation to the highest order, and the reason for this misinformation is what's coming down. The danger is not what's in front of you. The danger is what you're being distracted from. The only way that you can control people is by keeping them in ignorance. The world needs to wake up and understand that what's happening right now is an illusion, and it's going to mandate other things coming down, which include RF chips. Everybody's going to have mandated vaccinations so that they can track those people and know who's been vaccinated and who's not been vaccinated. Stanford came out with a study a couple of days ago. The Stanford study said this shows that the rate of death from COVID-19 is no different from influenza. That's what the study showed. Do you know what mainstream reported? That the study showed this is more rampant than anywhere else on the planet. It's more rampant than we thought. Well, of course it is. I think the entire population of the world's been exposed to it. But they didn't focus on that part of it. They just said, because the Stanford study said that we think it's much more widespread, but the death rate is no difference in flu. And in fact, that's based upon the data that they're giving, the data that's being reported for cause of death. But you know the memes right now. You fall out of a plane without a parachute, cause of death, COVID-19. You get shot in the head, COVID-19 killed you. You have a heart attack, COVID-19. They're putting the cause of death as COVID-19 for almost everything right now. And we've heard this type of information before. Some would call it conspiratorial, some would say it's rhetoric. But look, right now, you would have to be blind and deaf to not recognize that what is happening is not normal and is not justified. And because they can't justify the numbers, they're now manipulating the numbers. They're now adding numbers to it. In other words, the number of deaths weren't sufficient to justify this, so they're now having nurses and doctors change death certificates after the patients have died. The only way that you can control people is by keeping them in ignorance. But as soon as a person becomes empowered with knowledge, the one thing is that nobody can control you once you are aware. You cannot be victimized once you're aware and once you've been empowered.
When is Bill Gates's serpent tongue going to come out of his mouth, and when will his horns and tail appear? This man is building Lucifer's Antichrist system. This guy's an enemy of the human race. He's an enemy of Almighty God. Bill Gates is turning out to be one very evil man. These people know what they're doing. Their father is the devil. They work for Lucifer. They know who they're working for. They know what they're building. I'm going to tell Mr. Gates right now, you're going to have to kill me. You're never going to get me to take your vaccine or your quantum dot, whatever. You'll have to kill me. And if Mr. Gates and other billionaires continue to push their agenda, then they are going to push people like me to call for the confiscation of their wealth. I mean it. If these guys continue this talk of requiring mass vaccinations, immunity cards, immunity passports, microchips, buddy, you're starting a fight you wish you never started.
Yes.
Because the American people will rise up and we will strip you down to your tidy whities, Mr. Gates. There'll be a populist revolt that unites the left and the right. Don't try to do this stuff to us.
We'll
it's not going to work.
Immunity ankle bracelets.
It's not going to work, Edward. And Christians had better get ready for a confrontation with these people. They're coming after us and our families. They have an evil agenda.
They do.
And the government needs to know there will be an uprising if they try to do it. There will be blood in the streets if Bill Gates pushes this agenda. It will not
How can
go
a man
down.
who's giving, any person who's giving global advice for health own a patent in the solution in the vaccine? Isn't that a conflict of interest, or shouldn't it be?
It is a conflict of interest. And in fact, this is one of the things that I've been saying and would like to say to President Trump: repeal the Bayh-Dole Act.
Bayh-Dole fundamentally changed the way universities approach technology transfer, and you can see that best in the statistics. Universities obtain 16 times as many patents today as they did in 1980.